Hello, this is a tutorial on how to play Holiday by KSI. The easiest way to play it is with a capo, which is one of these things here, bars across your strings, and you want it on the 3rd fret. I'll also do a tutorial on I'll show you how to finger it if you don't have a capo. It is a little bit more difficult, but it's still playable. I will put timestamps in the description if you want to skip forward to that bit. So, you want to, if you know your bar chord shapes, this is based on the kind of F major bar chord. You want to start with the 1st fret on your 6th string, and these fret numbers are all relative to the capo. So 1st fret from the capo on your 6th string, then your 3rd fret on your 4th string, and then your 2nd fret on your 3rd string. So you want to play these 3 notes here. And you play that 4 times. Like that. If you want to play with a plectrum or a pick, you go down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. Which is, you know, it's a bit more difficult, but you can get a more consistent sound that way. But if you want to play it with your fingers, it's a little bit easier. Use your thumb, 1st finger, middle finger, like that. And then you keep this finger and this finger in the same place and lift your middle finger off. Like that, playing the same strings, but obviously different frets. And then put your pinky down below your ring finger, so like that. So you're playing 1st fret on your lowest string, 3rd fret and 3rd fret on your 2 middle strings. And then you go back to the original chord. So you lift your pinky off and you're back on this, on your 2nd fret here. And then repeat. And that's the guitar riff throughout the entire thing. If you want to play it without a capo, it's a little bit more difficult because this song is in A flat major. You can't really make use of open strings without a capo, but you can still play it. So you want to play, to make it easier on yourself, start with your middle finger on the 4th fret, which is the same note as before. Middle finger on the 4th fret, pinky on the 6th fret, and your ring finger, your 3rd finger, on the 5th fret. Like that. So you're playing the same notes, but you're using different fingers. And then you want to lift your ring finger up and play the 3rd fret on that string, on your G string there. And then if you flatten your pinky finger, you can do that, or you can switch fingering like that. But I find it easier to just leave these 2 fingers in the same place. So you go like this. Flatten your pinky. And then back to the original. And this is a lot more of a stretch, especially if you're a more junior or intermediate player. But it is still playable, like I said. There you go. Those are the same notes as with a capo, but you're playing it without a capo. However, capos are not that expensive. I recommend getting a capo anyway, especially if you're going to be playing songs in more rare keys, such as A flat major like this. Of course, an alternative is to play it in a different key, and then you can play it in the key of F, like this. And then you can use the same fingering as before, because instead of using a capo on your 3rd fret, you've got the nut of your guitar here, which is essentially, you know, the 0th fret, whereas the capo is acting as the 0th fret there. Cool, and that's how to play it. If you're interested in theory, this is kind of outlining your 1 chord, and then you've got a sus2 chord here. It's called sus because it's known as a suspended chord, where you don't have the major or minor 3rd, which is there. It's the 3rd note in the scale. So suspended chord is when you replace the 3rd with either the 2nd note or the 4th note, which are both played in this song. So you go for a normal major chord to a sus2 to a sus4, back to the normal major chord. And that's how to play Holiday by KSI. Just one last note, if you wanted to play the song just by yourself on a normal acoustic guitar, or if you're on a piano or whatever, you could play the song just with strumming chords, and if you didn't want to just use these notes ringing out the entire time, you could play it with these chords instead, which are basically replacements for those 2 chords. So you start off with your A flat major, which is kind of F shape on the 4th fret. Then a B flat minor, which is your major bar chord, up 2 frets and lift your middle finger off. So that's your 2nd chord, and then the 3rd chord, you play C flat major. Sorry, D flat major. So if you start here, and those can be replacements for and there you go. That's a full tutorial.